stuff, and I'm not really like a big fan of power levels. I like more like matchups. That's why Hunter x Hunter is so good, in my opinion. That should be a video in itself. Like,
who's got the
best power system?
I think Nin is like.
Nin is definitely one of my favorites, and it is broken.
Nin is broken. One Punch Man got a good power system. This is completely random. It's not based off the character. It's actually based
they have a
off
good power system until you get to Saitama.
Yeah, Saitama is just.
Let me ask y'all a question though. What is the basis for this? Like, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, what constitutes a great power system? Does it need to be complex? Does it need to be really simple? You know what I'm saying? What gets a power system?
So creativity is a good one. Something different than the rest of everything.
That's what made Nin so broken.
Yeah.
Something also balanced that follows its own rules. Like, because I hate to see a power system and then like people just start breaking rules out of nowhere just because when they already established that you can't do this or do that. Also something that allows their characters to utilize it to be very powerful. Like we want the power system to be kind of OP. Ways to break it.
Yeah. It should be it should be self-consistent, but there should be ways to kind of. I see that.
Because that's what makes it interesting.
I want to see like different types of thresholds. Like you gotta get to like Dragon Ball.
To be real with you,
Yeah, limits.
Say,
I agree.
Like,
there should be limits to
limits.
every power system. Like for instance, a give and take, like Full Metal Alchemist. What was the Alchemist philosophy? If you give, you take.
Yeah.
Everything needs something. Like you can't just get matter out of nowhere.
Yeah, someone you got to pay a price for power, basically.
And that's fine how they mix that in with like real world physics, you know, with how Isaac Newton's, you know, for every action there's an equal or opposite reaction.
Yes.
That's basically what the law of equivalent exchange.
The first law of alchemy is what it was called, right?
Yeah, the law of equivalent exchange. You got to give something to get something. That's dope. That's a dope thing.
Yeah, that's real.
And it's kind of self-consistent, you know. Even with Ed and Al being able to do some pretty broken shit.
So we have a couple of metrics now. We have creativity, balance, ways to break, limits, complexity, and room to grow. Should we throw anything else on the list, or are we just going to start going down animes? And we should just give.
That's it right there.
We should just.
And what is the best interpretation of the power system? Like, who do you think
Who used it the best?
Represents the power system in its best form? Both.
So we can just go. Each of us can just name an anime or video game, and we can go down the list and give them little letter grades depending on the category.
Okay.
So actually, let's start with Full Metal Alchemist, since we already talked about it a little bit. So I think creativity's got to be an S on Full Metal Alchemist, dude.
Yes.
Full Metal Alchemist has got one of the most creative power systems.
I never really got into it like that, so I never really understood Full Metal Alchemist like that, so I can't really like chime in on this one.
If you give something,
I know that part.
Everybody's alchemy is different. You got people like Winry who specialize in like machine alchemy and like making things. Using.
Or that's what he wished for or something, or
No. That's just what her specialty was.
that's what was given to her. What did it say?
So
No.
every alchemist has something that they're like. It's just alchemy is a wide field of science, if you will.
Right.
And certain people are better at certain things than others. Like different doctors are better at understanding certain parts of the body than other doctors. Edward's a little bit of he's kind of a jack of all trades, but he mostly is really good at manipulating metal. That's why he's the Full Metal Alchemist. Roy Mustang is good at manipulating combustion.
Yeah, so
Armstrong is good at force and yes.
Okay, I get it now.
Now the thing about for the equivalent exchange thing, giving something to get something, that's a very loose term. I think the Full Metal Alchemist system is what they call a soft magic system because there's a lot of flexibility to do stuff. So like that idea of like equivalent exchange, what you're exchanging could be something really loose. Like, I need to turn this light fixture into a spear to fight my enemies. So maybe what I'm exchanging is I'll get the shape of a spear, but the density of the thing isn't that strong. That's the thing I traded off. You gotta give something to get something. So now I got a spear, but it's got the same density as this light pole. So it's gonna break easy. You know what I'm saying? Type of situation. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna break a lot easier than an actual spear would. And so like the room to do stuff is so vast for alchemy. I love that.
So would you agree that the balance is S? It's an extremely balanced system. I would say it's an S ranking.
So like, for instance, I could take the lamp pole and I want to turn into a whip. It'll turn into a whip, but it still has the same density as the.
Absolutely.
So it'd be like hitting them with metal. Yes. It'd be like hitting them with metal. Right. And glass.
And plastic and all that shit. It'd be the worst. It'd be one of the most devastating whips, to be honest with you.
Right.
That shit, I wouldn't want to get hit with.
Maybe at the same time, if they grab it and bend it, it's gonna bend like metal. So it's a limited use weapon, which is why when
and that's still made out of the flimsy Chinese metals that we
of
course too.
You just bend it in a weird way.
Configured it, yeah.
You've reconfigured the atoms. That's the way I always saw what alchemy was, because like historical.
So are there ways to break the power system? We don't really see that much without alchemy stones. What do you call them? Philosopher's stones? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Philosopher's stones will break the power system.
And the truth at that gate. Edward himself is a sign of breaking the power system.
He doesn't need symbols or seals in order to do his alchemy.
Nope. Mustang had his on his glove at all times. But Edward just walks around just doing it wherever the fuck he wants.
If I was Mustang, I'd have just got a tattoo.
Yeah, me too. I don't know.
On my hand, that'd hurt like a bitch.
Yes.
No, hand tattoo. Oh well, you got one, but I don't know.
Honestly,
I don't trust you.
Not only would I have got one
I don't
on
trust
my
you.
hand,
That's just gonna hurt.
Just in case somebody cut my hand off, I would have had one on my shoulder. So I'm still
There's a bunch of fucking symbols everywhere. It's like I got like 8 tattoos on my body.
Right. You might have to chop me
one on my tongue, like gluttony.
Right.
You gonna flame that ass.
JJK. I'd literally be spitting fire on your ass.
So I would agree that it's a complex system too. I don't know if I want to give it an S. I would say it's actually pretty simple.
I give it
about an A.
I give it a B.
Because it's really, you said B.
I give it a B.
Average it out.
And what about your room to grow? I would say that. I would say you could be a pretty good alchemist. Yeah.
You can become a pretty good alchemist, but there is a large cap on what you can do compared to some of the other power systems that I know.
You definitely need some hacks in their world, right? Some of the stronger characters have some hacks and some ways to break alchemy, but it wasn't common, right?
Right, and even their hacks.
They were immortals.
Even their hacks kind of have an upper ceiling.
Father Hohenheim and his homegirl, they were literally immortal.
But if we compare them to some of the other power systems that I know y'all are gonna bring up, their ceiling is a lot lower.
Agreed.
So I give them maybe
they all have their limits. Even the immortals have their limits. Who used alchemy? Who is the best representative of using alchemy? It's got to be Edward, right? But maybe not, because he hasn't used symbols. He's the only one who doesn't do that. Who would you, if Edward wasn't in the equation, who do you think is the next best representation? Alphonse or what? Mustang, yeah. But he's kind of a one-trick pony.
Nah, he blind himself and shit, and he got them started.
When he pulled up on Lust and fucking snapped her ass out of existence.
That was amazing.
That was beautiful.
I would say Hohenheim.
Yes. I'm gonna agree with that.
I say
Hohenheim, I think Hohenheim was the strongest.
Scar. Scar was also somewhat of a one-trick pony, but you get to see.
He was basic, but he applied his shit
in a great way.
Yeah. Maybe I agree.
You fuck with him.
But now, Hohenheim do got statements though on him supposedly being the best alchemist in the world. So I do also see I fuck with Scar too. Scar would, for me, it's the two of them are one A and one B. They're interchangeable. So so I could totally see Scar being your representation, and I can also see Hohenheim being who you thought. Who you feel
he's the one who had the hacks, if you will.
Hohenheim was stupid, but Scar was too, and he also got victory and feat. He got victories and feats over a lot of people.
He basically lasted the whole show.
Right. All the way up until they fought Fury Bradley. Yeah.
That was
Bradley. He beat Bradley, but Bradley was just a badass.
Bradley should have been on our villains video, but maybe we'll do an addendum to that.
He gotta see though. He should have his own episode by himself. I'm gonna go with Hunter x Hunter and then. And then it's like that's just amazing. Let's think about it. As long as you got like a good aura.
So it's a very creative system because all the characters have managed to find ways to bend the power system to what they want to achieve in the world. Almost like on some devil fruit shit. Like everybody who has Nin, it all fits with their personality.
Yep. And mainly because from what I understand, I haven't read Hunter x Hunter. I know that's blasphemy. I haven't really watched Hunter x Hunter either. I'm gonna do it one day. But
no, that's blasphemy.
Yeah, I know.
It's like one of the best shonens. But there is a lot of posturing in it, but it's a good show.
Nin is an amazing power system.
So is it balanced? I would say hell no. I want to give them. I'm gonna give them a B for balance because there is balance and there is rules. But like the difference between people is just fucking silly. The fact that Serenage exists means that shit does not balance at all. The same thing with Hosaka. Hosaka does well. No, Hosaka's actually, and I want to talk about him later because he might be the one who uses it best. But like, Hosaka doesn't. Yeah. We got these people who are fucking cheaters. They're like hackers, bro. Like Hosaka, Corolla. Who else? Who did I name just before that?
Sarainik.
Yeah, bro. They're fucking cheaters. Yeah, Sarainik. Sarainik's the one. He's a fucking cheater. He's cheating.
It's a fucking cheater.
Kurapika?
Yeah,
so Kurapika, so here's what makes Kurapika balanced. If you're not a spider, his shit don't work on you. He made it specifically so that these shits work on spiders. That's why they're so powerful. He can't just do that shit to everybody, except for in the manga. So now in the manga, in the Succession War, he's got more generalized stuff just because he's dealing with people that aren't spiders.
He can use like every fucking Nin ability, though.
Yeah, but it costs his life force. In order to go into Emperor mode, it's called Emperor time. It boosts all of his affinities towards Nin 100%. So conjuration, projection, all that shit 100%, but it costs his life force.
But that's
every second a minute of your own life force.
Broken.
One time he passed out with it. Okay. Still on. And he lost like months off his life.
Oh, a couple months ain't that bad.
Well,
sure.
It depends. If it were in his bloodline, let's say to live 200, to live to be 100 years old, right? He's just losing years. Maybe he'll die in his 50s. I give up 50 years of my life for the vast ability to warp reality according to
Here's why the power system is not balanced. Kurapika has another ability called Stealth Dolphin, and he can steal your power and give it to somebody else. I can Stealth Dolphin you and give your Nin ability to Krishna. You won't get it back until he uses it. That's how broken this shit is.
Okay, now that's nice.
And he's not the only person who can steal your ability.
I did also see Gang get hit by Leorio's punching and later on use Leorio's.
That's not even his specialty. That's just because he's fucking good.
And from what I
watched
the video where they said that may not even be Gang actually using his Nin.
That's not his Hatsu. It's not. He has not revealed his Hatsu. That's his mastery of Nin.
Who uses Nin the best then?
I would say Hosaka.
Yeah, me too. Because we don't know
his power is just to make his Nin invisible and to make it sticky and buoyant and like able to. He's so versatile. I would say also my number 2 is Killua's big brother Illumi. Illumi is such a powerful manipulator. He's able to, if he puts a needle in anybody, he controls them completely. He's so overpowered. He's ultra overpowered. He's a great Nin user. Let's also put my boy Morel up there, the smoker.
Yeah,
he has this giant pipe and he manipulates smoke.
Yeah.
And he can make them do almost anything. He can make clones out of them. He's so versatile, it's ridiculous.
Nanaro's on the list somewhere. He got to be somewhere on the list.
Yeah, he's just a strong ass martial artist with a statue that'll squash you to death with hundreds of different hands. I want to go back to can we go back to Moral for a second? He murdered somebody by absorbing all the oxygen out of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
This fucking particular chimera ant tried to drown him, so he sat underneath water with his pipe and absorbed all the oxygen out of the top and replaced it with carbon dioxide, and he just suffocated and fell.
Holy fuck.
And this guy had the ability to steal powers.
Wow.
And Moro just beat him just because he was just like, well, you can't breathe without freaking oxygen. So let's see how long. Let's see what your lung capacity is like. This motherfucker's a beast. He survived everything. He survived the Khmer Ant War. He didn't have grievous injuries that make him retire like his partner or nothing like that. He's freaking Moro's that guy.
I'm gonna say devil fruits. I ain't gonna say devil fruits.
A power system? What about just One Piece? Because we got 2 power systems.
True.
Not only do we have Devil Fruit, but we have Haki on top of that.
True.
Well,
I think Haki's sicker than Devil Fruit in my opinion. Haki's
Truthfully,
crazy.
and the way devil fruits work and hockey's like full sail counter them is raw shit. And even the fact that like hockey,
apply it to your devil fruit.
yeah,
That,
and like some of the things devil fruits allow you to do.
the perfect example is Luffy.
As far as Devil Fruits go?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's extremely creative.
But even more so than that, like look at people like some devil fruits are crazy. Vegapunk has a devil fruit that allows him to just be smart.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
You
He's
know
so
what I'm saying?
smart. He
He's
has
a
to
Devil
put his
Fruit
cost-
user?
Yes, his brain is a satellite.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What?
So he put his brain into like a thing that's supposed to be like one piece internet and it's gonna connect everybody. It's called Punk Records.
Can you even kill Vegapunk because of that? You have to kill the satellite, right?
You can, but
He got 4 others with his consonants in it.
yeah, well 6.
6.
The 6 paths. When it first came out, everybody was calling it the 6 paths of Vegapunk. Yeah, like like the devil fruit and the hockey system is crazy. If you don't eat a devil fruit and you just go with hockey,
Willpower
you get
alone.
crazy things like Kaido had an armor on himself made by his conqueror's hockey, his willpower, that made him impervious to damage, completely impervious to damage. You couldn't harm him unless your will was strong. Your will to harm him was stronger than his will to not be hurt.
So we're gonna give an S to creativity. I think we're all in agreement with that.
Yes.
Just we're gonna rate both of them.
You can see the
So as far as
future.
balance goes, do you think that I can't see a lot of balance here. I think some
Hell
people are wildly overpowered with their Devil Fruit and hockey.
Some people are wildly, yeah, it's not balanced at all.
It's not balanced.
Some people are that wildly overpowered, but it is because anybody can learn.
What about Marco the Phoenix? This shit's stupid overpowered, bro.
Yeah.
Well, he has a super
But-
rare, he has a real rare on Devil Fruit for one.
And then also, his flames are only for healing. They don't really burn. So like, he is stupid overpowered. He is stupid overpowered.
Whitebeard.
But,
Yeah,
but like,
agreed.
Whitebeard is broken.
Whitebeard.
If Blackbeard
Blackbeard
has
too.
hockey, if Blackbeard has not Blackbeard has hockey, but if Blackbeard has conquerors and can learn like conquerors coding like Luffy just did
He does
against
know-
Kaido,
he
then he's
knows-
broken.
He does know Conquerors.
Well, we don't know that yet because they put out an official list of people with conquerors hockey.
He's gonna have it once.
and Blackbeard's not on the
He's
list.
gonna have it.
But if Blackbeard does acquire Conqueror's hockey, he'll be pretty much unstoppable. He for one has a devil fruit that cancels out devil fruit powers. For two, has a second devil fruit that is the most destructive devil fruit and the
Seismic activity,
Right.
in general. It's
And
not just
then-
earthquakes.
And then
It's just
he-
seismic activity.
like if he also gets conquerors and can do all of the broken shit conquerors allows you to do, he's unstoppable. Trust me, if Blackbeard had conquerors, he would walk around knocking everybody out all the time. That's just how Blackbeard is. He would just flaunt his conquerors hockey on a whim.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So let's talk about ways to break these power systems. So Devil Fruit is just a rarity, but if we're talking about hockey, we've seen some really powerful hockey users, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like
We
Shanks
saw-
is overpowered hockey user.
Check this. Gold Roger fought Prime Whitebeard
To a stage.
using hockey and the most destructive devil fruit. And Whitebeard, he was Whitebeard's rival. So like,
Garp too, no Devil Fruit, but his just power, but his hockey by itself is.
is ridiculous. As a matter of fact, during the fight against Kaido, Kaido says to Luffy, "You think awakening your devil fruit makes you the strongest? That's not it. Hockey rules everything." So like, it is extremely unbalanced, but it's unbalanced towards hockey. If your hockey is strong, you pretty much can do whatever the fuck you want to.
I don't think it's a very complex system. What do you guys think?
Nah, it's not complex.
It's not complex.
But it can have complexity in it. Like Luffy fighting Enel. Enel's got this lightning fruit. Luffy's made out of rubber.
Matchup based. So it is pretty matchup based.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that there's like, I love that the matchups make a difference in a power system, because I feel like sometimes people should just be like, well, hey, I'm just a bad fight for you because of like physics, bro. Like,
Right. Like Aokiji and the Kainu fighting, and Aokiji's got the ice fruit and the Kainu's got the lava fruit. It does kind of make sense that a Kainu would win, but I also could see Aokiji winning, which makes sense that they fought for 10 days before somebody came out the victor.
That's how they made the first Vegapunk Island. That's why one half was ice and one half was fucking fire.
Right.
so what about like room to grow? Room to grow's got to be S in One Piece, right?
Yes.
We've seen characters come from like Luffy fighting Buggy to Luffy fighting Kaido. It's day and night, bro.
Not even that. I'm not even gonna use that as my example.
Zoro.
Look at this nigga, Doflamingo.
I don't even want to talk about Dope.
Doflamingo went from just like using strings to like do weird shit, like make himself fly,
Eat
and,
shadow
like, puppet
clones.
people and shadow clones, to Doflamingo doing awakening and then using his devil fruit.
Turn
I got a
everything
second
into
person too. Doflamingo using his devil fruit to do crazy
They
shit.
turn everything into string.
Turn all inanimate
The whole
objects
city.
into string.
Yeah.
Like fuck it. Putting bird cages out of string on entire
That
islands
cut
that would
through
destroy islands.
Making it shorter too. Bringing it in.
Right. Like Doflamingo is a perfect example of your devil fruit is only limited by your imagination. Whatever you got, like however you perceive using your devil fruit
That's how it's
is
gonna
what
be.
you're going to get out of it.
Who's the best example of a hockey user, and who's the best example of a devil fruit user?
You take the devil fruit user, I'm gonna take the hockey user.
Alright, go.
Shanks is the best hockey user in the current story. We saw Shanks hit Admiral Green Bull with hockey while he was in the ocean, and Green Bull was in Wano fighting niggas. He hit his ass with what we call on the internet Wi-Fi hockey.
Yeah, that was
he
dope.
he hit his ass with the Wi-Fi hockey.
I think we can all agree that Shanks is the strongest hockey user by far. We've never
This
seen
man
anybody like.
unsheaths his sword, and he got like an emperor sword thing going on, where the sword just on fire with red hockey. So like he can shut down your future sight.
How
He
far in the future did he see Kid doing the
Like a
railgun
minute,
before, like, you know?
like a minute or two. He saw the whole thing. Shanks might be able to see a full minute or two, maybe 3 minutes into the future. It's ridiculous. Shanks is, and he learned from Roger. So my second pick would be Roger. But based on feats that we've seen from Shanks, we've seen him take down Kid's crew with a single slash. The slash had so much Conqueror's hockey on it that everybody in Kid's crew got knocked out before they got hit with the attack. So they got knocked out and then they got hit with the attack. And then sank to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, I remember that's
Like,
fucked up.
Shanks is nothing to play with.
What about the best example of a devil fruit user? Who
Luffy.
utilizes devil as? Agreed, bro.
Luffy has the best application besides. I give Doflamingo a close second.
Oh, the strings, yeah, he has a lot of different powers with the
Yeah,
strings.
he-
The shadow clones controlling people's
He
crazy.
used them shits as bullets. as
Law
fuck.
too, all three of them. Law is
Law,
crazy
Law.
examples of using a dead ass devil fruit.
Law-
All three of
Law
these
got
guys
fucked
are
up. I
masters
think
of their devil fruit.
True,
But Luffy,
but his
though-
application of devil fruit, Law helped take down the Emperor. Like,
What's your favorite power system? What's the best power system? What's the worst power system?